What up, Uncle Charlie?
What up there, brother Mel?
How are you doing, my man?
Tell you, I am doing better than expected. Put it that way.
You had us all a little bit worried there, brother. You had us a little bit. I really appreciate though you sharing. So we can pray for you, and and just we all got each other's back in the village,
Yeah, thank
and
you, thank
so
you.
appreciate you sharing that, and now
Huh.
it's not even funny, but just you our
I'll tell
little
you,
chat,
to me,
our
it's
little
funny
chat.
now.
Well,
It's funny. It's funny now because it was like you trying to swim in a pool of tar. That's what it felt like. Everything was like, oh, just getting up to go use the restroom was like a journey in and of itself. All I could do, brother. When you get one fever and chills,
Mhm.
I stood in the shower, full on hot water, hour 30 minutes until the tank came cold.
Oh man,
I had to because I just felt like poop.
yeah.
I felt
Sukano is yikes. You see, Sukano, yikes! I must have missed something. Charlie gave birth last night.
no, no. So I had a severe reaction. Well, I because I took the first and second Pfizer shot, I in no way anticipated this. So on Wednesday afternoon, I went to KVMH. I took the shot. Was fine. I was gonna do a little release from then, and maybe 4 hours later, since I was on the west side, I didn't go back in. I worked from home, and then slowly, what came on first was the headache. You can feel the pressure just coming slowly. Now, as a heart patient, I take daily aspirin, so I really didn't know what I could take. So can I take Advil? So they said you take Tylenol. But then the body ache started to come. Then that night, that's when the chills. I had the fever, and I actually reached up to 101, 101. But when you're under the blankets and you just like like move, it's like don't bother me. You j- you know you just move slightly on the bed. Everything is uh, amplified 100 times over. Like I said, the dogs outside barking. Please shut them up. One of those. It's like woo. And I tell you, it was. I don't know what it was, man. But what's funny? The same group that I had, some friends, they went different times. Um, a good friend, she got something similar. She had um, real bad body aches and headaches. The mom got the same thing too. Was getting reactions to it. So, well, I'll put it this way, brother. I just want panty when it comes to taking. I just want big panty.
uh,
I should
well,
have worked this thing out, man. Yeah.
you Dr. Miskovich texted this morning to make sure he was all right. Charlie had seen the post, and he
Yeah.
texted me tonight. He said it's going to take more than a shot to put that strong man down, and he's right. So glad to see you better.
You
Your
know,
story is actually not that uncommon. I mean, a lot of people get those. My son, my son, man, he was not a happy camper. And then it goes away, and then it goes away. But
yeah.
uh,
Well, the thing about it too is on Thursday, in fact, Thursday night, I said, you know what? I think I'm rounding the corner. You break the fever, you just have that one last sweat. What's the first thing come back? Your taste. Because I was trying to eat soups and all that. All you taste is heat. You don't have flavor, right? Once you break that fever, boom, you get taste. So I was eating. I was like, yeah, I can taste something. And
Snickers
so
that catch cracks, huh? The Snickers that catch cracks.
So next thing you know, got up at 3 a.m. Friday morning, was in the office by 4:30, and I was firing on all cylinders. Felt good. The only thing, just little tenderness. Like when you small kid and you play that game of mouse when somebody whack your arm, they keep on
Yeah,
punching.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's the only thing. So
yeah, yeah. That was really the only side effect I got was the sore arm. But I mean, it's like every vaccine I've ever taken, I get the sore arm. It's just, this one is not any worse. So Johnson and Johnson is on its way. So I cannot wait for J&J so I can get my booster. Donna is asking how much time elapsed from your last vaccine, your second shot, and your third shot.
okay, that's so. My second shot. In fact, I'm here at the at my command center, and the command center is my second shot was January 20th, 2021. Okay, because I my original was on December 29, 2020. So the booster shot was on October 13th. Yeah,
So about 10 months.
about
Oh no,
nine. Yeah, about
nine
nine.
months.
Yeah,
9
nine
months.
months.
Well, brother, you are at max immunity, man. In the next couple of weeks, you're gonna be rock solid, bro.
Well, the first thing that I noticed is things just seem a lot clearer, but I don't think it has anything to do with the booster. It's just the fact that I have no fever, no chills. And so I'm just celebrating, praising God that thank you, thank you, thank you. The scary part about it is that those who are in my condition will uh, appreciate and understand that when you're an open heart patient, yeah, when you have gone under the knife and you have been through those dark times, anytime you get sick, it's you worry. But these are one of the times that because we've been doing COVID for nearly 2 years now, and we've heard of other cases reactions, right? I was pretty confident that I'm gonna get through. I just gotta ride this thing out. And so that's why my last post I put it. People say, "Wow, bruh, you knew about it. Why you went through this?" You know why? Because there's a lot of loved ones, including you, brother Mel, that's around me, and because I care about my loved ones, that's the reason why I took the shot. That's the reason why.
Yeah, and we thank you for doing that. I know a lot of people are shying away now. They say they may not get the booster, but you know what you experienced and many others experienced is still a lot less severe than if you catch COVID.
Right.
I think we got to keep that in mind. That as by the way, the state has supposedly reached the 70% the complete vaccination of
Mhm.
our population. So
But
that's a good
brother,
that's a good benchmark. But
yep.
we still got a long way to go. Still got a long way to go.
I'll tell you one thing. I will continue to wear my mask religiously. I will continue to social distance. And yes, a good friend of ours, Mr. Brian Ingalls, mentioned that yes, I'm in a job that's high contact, constant visitors every day. And my office is right by Baggage Claim B, where many of the local travelers, as well as the mainland travelers, are coming out of that one foyer area. And they're just, boom, packed in that area. So when I leave to go and start my rounds, boom, it's you try to avoid people, but at some point you just cannot. So you just try not to linger too long in the area. You know what I mean? You just get in and get out. You just keep on walking until such time you can break free and find a area that has distance. Yeah.
Yeah, and you carry that wealth of knowledge of COVID, so you get to you're very aware of your surroundings. You guys
Mhm.
are at ground zero. That's really literally what the airport is. When we talk about, and we've been talking about, and we're guys, we're gonna get to the feel good stuff pretty soon. We're gonna have some fun tonight as well. But
Yeah.
we try to uh, I don't want to say waste, but burn up the first 15 or 20 minutes or so to make sure everybody that comes on at 7. We don't like lose nobody along the way in the village.
Yeah.
But yeah, we the knowledge, the information that uh, at the airport is the hub. If we listen to all the people we've listened to over the last year and a half or so,
Hmm.
um, we know. Some experts don't want to acknowledge or admit it, but we know based on science that the travelers that are coming in are not 100% virus free. We know that. We know that herd immunity isn't at 70%. We know that the experts, not just our Hawaii experts, but across the world, are saying well over 90% now. We may never reach herd immunity with COVID, but yet some of our leaders are still mentioning that term. Don't even mention the term anymore. Just forget about it. Just be safe. Get your vaccinations if you choose to, and if you don't, then wear your mask, social distance, stay away from gatherings, and you guys all know the drill. You guys know the drill. We gotta get rid of this thing or bring it down to a acceptable level. We're back in triple digits again. We're back in triple digits. Like we never. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. Wednesday, Thursday are the weekend numbers, right? So
Hmm.
Wednesdays and Thursdays, the state comes out and yay, guys, we're beating this because they're using the weekend numbers. And then when you get the when you get the Monday numbers and it's triple digits, oh, it's crickets, crickets. Nobody's saying too much anymore. The bottom line is this virus is still here. It's still coming in, and we got to be careful. We really got to be careful.
Well, I have to give a shout out to many of our family and friends, our local residents on all islands. I, I just by what I know of from information gathered, that there are still many local residents taking precautions, and that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And you know what's funny? When you have a public official like who I'm talking about, they're giving the all clear thumbs up. people people are reacting like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. We'll wait until someone more credible than you gives the
Yeah,
all clear sign, because your all clear is kind of like a little bit foggy upstairs. So we wait till the fog dissipate, then we'll
yeah,
say, okay, we all clear.
exactly. And it's because our village. We have been following the same people, so we kind of have the same understanding of what's going on.
Hmm.
But when you go on the Star Advertiser, when they do the spotlight interviews, or if you go to the articles that are on Facebook, when the news channels put it up there, when they talk about this person, read the comments.
Hmm.
There are comments from people that are not in the village. There are people they all feel the same way. They all
Yep.
feel the same way, and so it's not just the village. It's not just us. Everybody. He needs to understand that the people are intelligent and that we actually follow the science and we follow the news. We listen anyway, and not all of us believe in that. But the bottom line is we are smart enough to know that the danger is still out there. And I think by going out and sharing with people that the big danger is over and we can start living it up, that's going to create bigger problems. It's going to create bigger problems.
Well, one has to realize this. There's always been a question of, what's so hard what understanding this virus. You remember at one time everybody was like, I mean, it was commented several times from certain public officials. Why is it so hard for the people of Hawaii to understand? And once we get to this point, we'll be fine. Well, I'll tell you what's so hard about it is because noted experts didn't release the information you released. And so you created a sense of confusion. That's the reason why nobody nobody knew what to do. So everyone went into a holding pattern. And then when the numbers, I mean, you're giving this certain individual was giving out information when the numbers were relatively similar to what we have now. Then all of a sudden it just exploded. It exploded. Then the debt started to climb. And then he still was downplaying everything. To me, I think that was wrong, especially to the families who lost a loved one during this period of time. I think this individual owes them a deep sense of apology. He
Absolutely.
shouldn't be giving out information like that, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You get the perception that they have basically decided that this amount of death is acceptable. That's the only thing, right? Because if it was beyond, if it was not acceptable, yeah, people would be talking about it. Our leaders, decision makers, elected officials would be talking about it and sharing condolences and their.
mhm,
Actually, I agree with you. It should be apologies for not taking the action that they needed to
mhm,
back when we should have. And
right.
I think we heard from doctors and nurses that said, they cry because when that person flatline and is no longer here, they know in
Mhm.
their heart that that was an unnecessary death, and that's a tough thing to have to live through. It's a tough thing. So
I would like to comment on one question. This is for our good dear friend Rene Moraoka. I don't know about businesses. I'm sure there are some business requires a proof of vaccination, but I will tell you that because the security personnel at the Lihue Airport is part of a contract statewide in a state facility. Under the governor's mandate, I am ordered and directed to make sure that all of my personnel are vaccinated. Or if they don't want to get vaccinated, they must take a weekly test and have that test results turned in to me and kept on file for any audit if they wanted to check. And so I can say that my entire personnel at the Lihue Airport is complying with that. Is complying with that. Okay.
yeah, I don't believe the vaccination and or test requirement is for Honolulu. I think Maui may have
Yeah.
started it as well. Kauai is not doing that. Kauai has absolutely no tier structure anymore.
Yeah.
The tiers have been lifted. We have absolutely no county restriction on Kauai. We do have the governor's restriction, the statewide mandate for gatherings, but the county of Kauai no longer has the tier systems have been removed. I believe that was effective today.
Hmm.
So yeah, so no, it's not a requirement on Kauai as far as vaccine cards or uh, test results for businesses. But if I had a business, I probably would do that. I had to go to Kalapaki Joe's. I had a lunch meeting at Kalapaki Joe's. It was cool. We sat outside because they were
Hmm.
very safe. I must say that the spacing was everybody was spaced out, but we were the only ones sitting outside because it was so windy. But before you go in, you got to sanitize and actually write your name, your phone number, and your I think your or your email, name, email, and phone number. You had to sign in to go, which I gladly did. I cannot imagine people who that's too much information. Well, then don't go. Don't go to the restaurant. I saw absolutely no problem with giving them my information. I would, if an outbreak happened while I was there, I want to know.
Yep.
So I want to know.
Well,
So yeah,
there's
go ahead.
you see
Go ahead.
this little thing right here. There you go. The CDC vaccine card.
Hmm.
What I did is I clicked up. I heard some people say, "Oh, the card's too big; it doesn't fit." You can make it fit. It'll fit because it takes the largest size. So sometimes, certain places that I go to, I'll just pin it on my collar like this, and when they see me coming, they go, "Oh, he's vaccinated, all right." I go, "Yeah, I get nothing to hide." I mean, I can even take you on a journey that I just experienced these last couple days if you have the time to listen, so but that's what I do. That's what I do. So I don't have to have the person waste their breath. Excuse me, sir. I am with the vaccine patrol. Can you show me a proof of vaccination? Sure, don't worry. Here it is, right here. So it's one of those things. But again, this is the new norm, right? No, this is
This
the
will
new
be the new
norm.
norm.
Gotta get used to it.
You
I
know,
would like to say this though, in that hour that we spent with Vicky Cayetano, she brought up some really good things, and that is, you know, really, if this is going to be the new norm, let's we can breeze by this whole thing if everybody just breeze through and just follow the rules. But as long as you get hiccups along the way, we're gonna get problems. There's gonna be a delay. There's gonna be a delay. I'm telling you right now.
hmm
There's always gonna be challenges made. And I said, what for? You know? And like I said, some of you may have reasons not to do it. Some of you, for medical reasons, cannot do it. My reasons is, despite feeling like crap, I did it because I love the people who are around me. And I just don't want nothing to happen to them because of me. And so that's why I did it. And I think, I'm not saying you're going to think the same way that I think, but I think that's the simplest way to think about this whole thing right now.
yeah. When we talk about the new norm, we talk about. I know a lot of people don't like the term. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
don't want any. And then I think back when I don't like taking off my shoes at the airport. Charlie,
Mhm.
I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
I don't like having to take out my laptop from my briefcase. I don't like the fact that I cannot take a bottle of water sealed that hasn't been cracked. I don't like it that I cannot go to the air into an airport with a
Things
bottle. I
have to
don't like
be
that.
things have to be modified. Okay. So Reed was the shoe bomber, right? Because of Reed, everybody got to take off their shoe, right?
Right.
Yet certain ages you don't have to.
hmm
Once I think the elderly, you don't have to. Now, is it because they believe that elderly are not equipped enough to think about developing one shoe bomb? I don't know. So a lot of times I question that. So if you're gonna do it for shoes, then what about that Lolo that burned his Olos because he had on bomb in his Beberese? You should make all of us guys take off our Beberese at the kind before we go in. I mean, if you want to be silly about it, right? If you want to be silly about
Yeah.
it, that's why it's nah.
But I think my point was that because as you mentioned the new norm, we're gonna have to you're gonna have to adjust and adapt to the new norm, which is a vaccination card or a test. You make a choice, right? You make a choice. If you don't want to get vaccinated and you don't want to take a test, then you just made the choice that you don't want to go to that restaurant. It's like if I don't want to take
Yeah.
off my shoes, Charlie, I got to catch the train to California or to Oregon.
Well,
That's it.
you said something real important because I see a comment here. You could blow up a plane with a clear explosive liquid. True. But what Mel said was a bottle that's untampered with, unopened. Because when catering trucks come on to the airport, they're all inspected the same way we inspect, but we let those bottles through. And let me tell you, we inspect them very well. So why can't unopened bottles be inspected to come through?
Yeah. Well, like I said, everybody got to get used to the new norm.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I just it's going to have to happen because otherwise, the clear explosive in a bottle or plastic bottle, whatever, a clear liquid can blow up a plane as can a infected passenger walking in to a restaurant or a bar
Hmm.
and spreading that virus to 25 or 30 people or 40 people, first level, second level, another 30, 40. You know, just look at the cluster reports. You can see this virus is pretty contagious. So uh,
Hmm.
what I'm suggesting is that people, you make a choice. You make the choice, right? Hey, I don't want to take a test, and then you just do a takeout and go home and eat. Um, that's kind of that's kind of what the new norm will be. I'll wear masks, Charlie. I can tell you, COVID can be long gone. I will wear a mask on a plane. I will.
Well,
Uh, I just will. I wear a mask. It's just be something that I have come to believe helps you from getting sick, whether it's COVID or anything else.
mhm.
Why wouldn't you? And it's not that it was in the beginning, right? It was horrible in the beginning.
Let me kind of share something with you. Now, this is just from what I read. So I'm going to share from what I got from Google University. Okay. A lot of times you wonder why your bag is getting swabbed, right? It's because that device detects if there's any type of explosive material on that bag, the places that you touched. Okay. So you figure they do that for your bags as they're coming through. They swipe your bags and they check your bags and all of that, right? Then you kind of wonder if there was an explosive in a water bottle, why don't you and somehow you had to get it into the water bottle, then I would think you could swipe the exterior of the water bottle and get a positive hit, right? But I guess it's either too costly or too time consuming.
And they like you buy the water from inside a terminal, so you can they can make $7 every time you drink on bottled water.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, sirree, Bubba.
that's like the most expensive water on the planet. Most expensive everything in the planet is right there at your local airport, man. And it's not just here; it's across the globe.
That's why
So,
you notice how people when they walk in airports with their bottled water, they cherish it like gold. They will buy it from the vendor 20 below zero. Cold, 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 cold. And they will make it until that bugger come warm because it's so expensive. And when they drink, they only sip. And you ask them, why are you sipping that water? You know how much this bottle of water cost me?
yeah, yeah. Stretch it, man. Stretch
Yeah.
it. It's incredibly expensive. It's unreal. Like, wow. I mean, it's kind of messed up the way they have it set up, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, look at that
So,
comment.
which one?
Ziploc bags keeps liquids from blowing up. You know, they
Is
tell
that?
you to put them in a Ziploc bags
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
liquids. That's a
Yeah,
real good
and
thought. Yeah.
3 ounces, right? 3 ounces. You know, anything. Yeah, whatever, whatever. It is what it is, guys. Again, new normal, new normal. You know, I don't even think about it anymore. It's like, if you go on a trip, you just put your crap in Ziploc bags and and or throw everything in a luggage. Throw everything in a luggage. Anyway,
Here's another thing, real quickly. Confiscation. If you get room temperature Kulolo or poi, they can squeeze through your fingers. Gonna get confiscated, right? But if you freeze that bugger, not gonna get confiscated. Why is that?
because they're like eat them for lunch. They like
So,
eat them like for lunch.
so if I brought one bottle of water, fully frozen, would I be allowed to take it in? It's not in its liquid state. It's fully frozen.
Yeah, I think you can put them in a cooler and you can and just suck them all the way to California. Suck the ice. Suck the ice.
You know this, and only local people. That's why I love local people. I see them. They got bottled water, full of ice. Instead of leaving the water on your roof and let the sun warm them up so you can drink cold water, you're going to watch them drink them and they're going to practice with their tongue. How for make them so small, for get them into the opening of the bottle. And at the tongue, it starts to form little fingers that try to grab the ice and slowly try to pull.
I tell you. Yeah, this is. You ask about the Kololo.
Yeah.
KP gonna eat them for lunch. You know who is KP? Huh?
I think, oh, that's my general manager. Yeah, Kippy.
That's the one. That's the one. I'm not because I respect his privacy. I'm not going to say his name.
You know that
It's
he
Khalil
is,
Perez though. It's Khalil Perez though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that he just won the World Pickleball Tournament? He's the
Really?
world. Yeah. Not the kind you think the one they play now. The pickleball is actually made of dill pickles. You eat the pickle back and
Yeah.
forth.
I believe him. I have never seen somebody eat as much as that guy.
Hey, on
Wow.
bottomless pit.
Bottomless pit, and he eats so fast.
He get
He does
bacteria in
not.
his stomach. They're just eating away everything go down.
Oh,
You get bacteria, just
okay.
clean them out. Yeah, that bugger can
That
eat.
explain. I look. I think, bro, where does that all go? Where does it all
And
go? And he don't come up for air, right? He just inhale
and he
and
hold a conversation at the same time too.
yeah, yeah.
Never skipping a beat.
And when his mouth is full, he can actually get the talent that he can actually talk through his nose and sound like he's talking through his mouth. Guy's talented, talented.
You know what
Yeah.
they call that? He's a ventriloquist nose.
Yes, yes, that's him. That is he.
Oh, I'm gonna
Amazing
get it.
guy.
I'm gonna get it when I go in Monday. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. I gonna get it tonight. He gonna call me tonight, bro.
Woo. How come we didn't do that, you guys? Because we love you, brother. We love you.
Yeah, and we're impressed and in awe at how fast and how quick and how much you can eat.
And because of him, that's why I get gray hairs. Because of him.
And because of him, that's why you guys know get your Kulolo taken away when you go through TSA. So before you go take Kulolo, just call Kaleo and say, "Hey, brother, I get one bag for you. Please let mine go through. I'll bring one bag for you." Perez getting the business now. Absolutely. He's
Yeah.
a good man. He's a good
Yeah.
man.
Good brother.
All right. So what? Let's have some fun. Let's go the Q&A with Charlie and Mel. What you guys like know? What do you guys want to know?
What do you
KIF
think?
is back. KIF is back. Golly,
Yes.
man, I was watching them. Mini Hooney TV had air them live on YouTube. I watched the JV. Waimea beat Kapa. I think 33-0. And the varsity Kapa beat Waimea. I think it was 42-0. Something like that. But it's so cool, Charlie, to see our kids playing football again, man. That was awesome.
And Kamehameha beat St. Louis one more time. They won.
They they did?
Yeah.
Oh. Kamehameha is the real deal, man. They
Yeah.
are. They're that one running back. The heck is
Yep.
his name?
Yep.
Uh, oh my lord. That guy will be playing in the NFL. Mark my word.
Yep.
He definitely will be playing in a Division One
And he's not that big,
college.
but he's not that scared either.
Yeah, he's not 30. Oh, look, 30. Nevada 34. Hawaii 17.
Oh, oh well.
You know, I don't know if that's the final score. Is that game over already? Let's
I
see. Let me
think
look
so.
at
Yeah.
my
Yeah, I think so.
no fourth quarter. 13
20.
minutes left in the game. 13 minutes left in the game. I don't let me see. Of course you gotta pay for watch, which is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The odds Nevada was giving 14 points. I don't bet, but That's what the point spread was.
odds makers.
Yeah.
You know what I find real disappointing at times is just for most players they're very well disciplined, but for some, I don't know what it is. It's the first quarter, they make the first touchdown, they're already pointing out that they're number one. The game not over yet. Wait till the
Hmm.
final whistle blows and then you celebrate. That's right. Remember what his name Riggins that played for Washington?
John
Yeah.
Riggins.
Okay. You ever watched him when he made a touchdown? He never jumped. He never did that running, jump in the air, high five, whatever. He just put his head down and ran back to the bench. Get one drink, sit down, wait his turn for go back in. He
Hmm.
didn't celebrate until the game was over. You know,
Yeah.
and that's to me, that's how it should be. If you say you're gonna concentrate on a game, I know you want to live the moment, but hey, come on, guys. You know, you score a touchdown. You know, just be humble and wait till the game
Be
is over.
humble.
Then you get bragging rights.
Yeah, they let me see. I know everybody's telling me I can watch the game for free. The problem with CBS Sports on my package with Spectrum requires you to pay extra, which is kind of horrible. I only pay them 200 something damn dollars a month, and I cannot get CBS Sports. I get CBS, but I just don't have the CBS Sports channel. So yeah, they like I pay extra for that channel, and I'm not gonna do that. Not to watch UH play once every few weeks. I just wait till the next day when come on free. Well, you know,
Yeah.
same result, same result. UH not gonna win a game the next day after they lost. So I watch them. I watch it. So it's all good.
Someone put a post there that the media allows the lieutenant governor to continually put out his false, well, can't say false information, but information that's not aligning with other experts who are experts in a field, right? So I
Yeah,
guess that's KHON. So I guess you know that's one thing about media. And someone, I put out a post asking everyone that in the year 2022, let's be akamai and let's really do our homework because too many times, and I'm guilty of it, and I'm 62, gonna be 63, and I've done my fair share of voting, but I'm really gonna pay attention to every candidate's background before I put a check next to their name or an X because you know I don't know if all of them, candidates, if their previous occupation was salesperson personnel, because they're really good at selling things. And once they get in office, you either don't see them or they just don't. I was always brought up thinking that those you elect into office are the voice of the people. I'm sadly mistaken. That's far from it. They may listen to one or two voices in their heads, but other than that, the majority of the voices, you get somebody going completely right when the voices that tell them go left, you know, and yet they'll tell you something like, "Oh, the reason why we did this is because of this." Then explain it. Not just live in a world of assumption, thinking that everybody should have known the reason why I went this way. Oh, come on,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Do you watch Hallmark channels, Charlie, for Christmas movies?
Well, I do, and I'm going to tell you right now, I get into the Christmas spirit because of the Hallmark channels, Lifetime. I admit, I watch it. It's calming, but
Do you cry? Do you cry? Do you cry?
I get mad at a lot of the actresses because there are the same actress is on so many of the different Hallmarks. I think she's fooling around with everybody. She's not faithful to that one guy in that one show. She'll jump to the next show and be with another guy. How many
All
guys
the
can you? How many
exactly. I
guys?
know.
Yeah, how many guys can you be in one season?
A lot. Everyone get that same wahini. Same wahini. Get like three wahinis. That's it. Playing the whole town. I know. It's right now. It's going on right now. Right. Patsy couldn't wait for me to come in the room, so she can turn the channel from UCLA and Washington football games, so she could put them on her Hallmark. That thing plays Hallmark all night, all day. So I
Well,
do
tonight.
watch. I do watch. I do watch.
So isn't UCLA playing Washington tonight?
Yeah, it's over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, UCLA was up by 7.
Well, I was made fun of by the missus because I took a little quick nap, and when I got up, kind of a little bit dazed, I looked on the screen and I said, "Ukla, who's Ukla?" And I got bombarded
Man.
with the ha ha ha. So,
What is your favorite scary movie, Charles?
uh, Child's Play, or what's that? Kids in the corn, or when they're in the cornfield, they always get the scarecrow, and all of a sudden the scarecrow come alive.
The Wizard of Oz.
No, not that one. No, they always trying to
Oh,
run away in
that's
the bus, and the thing when land on the bus and we check kill all the kids. Then the other one for the Shindaiwa commercial, the guy with the chainsaw. What is his name?
oh yeah. I don't like scary movies. I don't even have a favorite. I really don't. But
You
um,
know, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a real boo boo. You know, half of the drama for scary movies is the music they play. The
oh yeah,
music on.
yeah. Oh,
So when I hear a certain kind like, that sound, I'm actually from the TV like this.
yeah.
But
They get
you get one knucklehead acting like a scary guy in public, and he come to me. I know hear sounds. I just go for brother.
yeah. I that not even fun to. I just had the preview the other day for Halloween. The new Halloween it was a Halloween thing was on the. I forget that. Anyway, I Patsy was sitting on the couch and I said, "Hey, we should go watch this movie." So she go, "Oh, which one?" And then it was showing this guy coming out of a burning house with his mask and the knife dripping with blood. And she said, "No way." I agree. I'm not going to that thing. Are you nuts? I don't like them. So sorry. I don't have a favorite. I think I may have gone to a couple when I was much younger. I just choose not to go to those. I just have absolutely no enjoy. Children of the Corn, they're saying. Children of
Yep.
the Corn.
Yeah.
Poltergeist. I actually did see Poltergeist. Actually, Hallmark is my favorite scary show. The Hallmark Channel. Get a lot of scary shows on that thing. Um,
You know what? To me, the scariest shows is you get those like a guy is camping with his family and they're in the woods, right? Like
mhm.
Deliverance. You get a bunch of knuckleheads after you, and your only escape is jump in a raft and go down a river that you have never
Mhm.
traversed before in your life, let alone trying to operate a raft backwards. Because instead of going this way, you got to go the other way, go forward, and doing that. And and even like Exorcist, it's not so much about somebody floating and green pea soup and all that. Because at the end, the guy went fall out the window down the stairs, right? So you go places like Wilhelmina Rise, or you go like Kaimuki. You look at some of those places, they get long stairs going up. The parking stay down below, and they gotta walk all the way up the stairs to get to the house. When I see long stairs, that's when I get scared.
Yeah. Morgan's Corner. You remember Morgan's Corner on
Morgan's
Oahu?
Corner, yeah,
Holy moly. See now
yep,
that kinds of things, we would when we were young. I can deal with those things, because you have the ability to burn rubber and run away. But when you're in theater and these things popping up all over, the noise, the sound, you're right. Rena said, "You like talk spooky? Try sleep at Coco Palms." Yeah, Coco Palms is yep. You don't need pay no admission to a theater. Just go Take your date to Coco Palms, bring them popcorn and some Coca Cola, and just go walk through Coco Palms at night.
brother. And then you know what is
Brother.
you stay in a theater with your date and a scary part come and she hiding her face in your shoulder, right?
Hmm.
And then you notice your other shoulder, your another face hiding in there too. And there's a guy sitting next to you and his girlfriend stay next to him just looking at the screen like that.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you. Oh,
And it's the guy go, hey bro, your girlfriend over there. What you doing hiding in my jacket?
it's always rough when you're more scared than the girl. You know when you take the and you scared. You just scared, and you know you actually your eyes closed because you don't like see no more, and she catch you with your eyes closed, and then you gotta lie and said, "Oh, sorry, I fell asleep." No, I just was. I don't like watch. Oh, all that noise. Wee. Oh, come on. And why, Charlie? Why do these people always go towards the danger? Like you talk about the guy in the river
Yeah,
paddling upstream. Why they
yeah,
going back into the house? Or
yeah.
why they going to walk into the garage when they don't get one psycho running around with knives or chainsaws? Why do they go back in there?
You know, I'm gonna tell you
Like,
something. It's always mainlanders that will do this. Local people will not do this. Local people, you knock the bad guy out, you run. For some reason, mainlanders like knock him out, and they like go up to him to see if he's really knocked out, and the bugger get up and chuck you.
yeah. They
I watched
always,
that and I go, stupid. What? You gonna get dirty wax now?
yeah, that's right, Charlie. See, I never watched one of those for so long. I don't know. Maybe, Charlie, maybe you and me should go watch one.
Oh,
Um, I don't know where. Now I got to go get rid of this thing. That Halloween one looks kind of scary though. The preview, like it's apparently it's the same crew. They're going back.
yeah.
Why? Be thankful you're alive. Just get the heck. Oh, look, Yala. Mel, it's it's a movie. You need that arch. I know. My movie gonna be so boring. Not gonna have the scary music. People not gonna go run into the room looking for the bad guy, and he gonna knock him out, and he gonna run away. So it's gonna be a boring horror movie, but it will be a horror movie.
And you know the
It will.
worst kind is you watch a movie with a guy running, and the bad guy stay like just one step ready for grab him, and you're running. You remember that. Then you go home. I had dreams before, somebody chasing me, but I'm running in sand. I don't can get away from them, no matter how fast my legs moving. The bugger grab my eyebrows, pull them back. Next thing you know, I get white eyelids looking up in the air trying to run.
That's why I don't watch that kind of movies. Jaws. You remember? You remember Jaws? That one had changed my life forever. Yeah,
And that's the kind
that
you
was
waiting
that
for.
was
You waiting for a wave out there after you saw Jaws, and you're on your board. And
no,
like I'm 6 feet, and my pipe board is only like 2 feet. And throughout the whole time, I supposed to be looking for a wave, but I too busy looking what's under me, around me, behind me.
yeah, you cannot enjoy yourself no more. No. Jaws was good. Yeah, it was a really good. It was a well done movie. It was a. In fact, you remember when it just came to me right now. Remember when the police chief wanted to shut down the beaches
Yeah.
because the danger was lurking out in the water, and the mayor said no. It's the busiest time of the year. It's our tourist season. We cannot close the beach. See
Yeah.
the similarities between some of our decision makers and that dummy mayor in Jaws.
Yeah.
Where the police the police chief is saying, "Hey, we have these people are getting
No,
eaten," and I'll
brother,
never forget that. I'll never forget that when the mayor said it's our busiest season. Yeah.
that goes to show you that our administration, the state administration, sought expert advice from Hollywood.
Yeah,
They went to go see the same guys that wrote the script for Jaws.
mhm. Yeah.
That's
Well,
what they.
It was the HTA and the HLTA.
Yeah.
That's who wrote the script for Jaws. Believe it or not.
Hmm.
Go look
Yeah.
in the closing credits. You can see script HLTA. That scene was from HLTA. But yeah, it's uncanny. It's uncanny because all you do is replace the shark with COVID. Same thing, right? You get the politician that really just wants to open up for the money, and you get the chief of police who's out there to protect life and property, and he's saying, "No, man, it's not a good time to open." Oh, more people got eaten. That shark was a beast, though. Oof,
Yeah.
yeah, it messed me up. I actually, I think that was the only time I ever had nightmares. Really, it's the
Hmm.
only time I really had nightmares from that show. Ooh,
Yeah. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. But hey, you see a lot of these thrill seekers on the island of Oahu. You know, when they go into those shark tours, Haleiwa,
hmm
you saw the one the guy was swimming outside a cage with probably the
hmm
world's largest great white.
yeah.
When it looked like one tank swimming next to him. And I guess the reason why he was brave because the thing is so big and swims so slow. But all I tell myself is, all it takes is one slip up. It's just like these thrill seekers, right? Skydivers, example. They like wear that suit and they like glide, like they get wings, they can fly. Well, guess what? You flying at great speeds, but you're not climbing altitude. You're going down. And sometimes they miscalculate, make one turn, boom, hit the wall, and then what? Ah, yeah. And then everybody feels sorry. I don't feel sorry. If God wanted to make you one speed pigeon, he make you one pigeon. But I'm sorry.
So I guess you and me jumping parachute is probably out of the question then.
Out of the question.
Yeah, okay. I thought we would do that one day. We just go out and hook up
No,
some GoPros, and you and me just, and we're
no.
doing Facebook Live.
Gonna be our luck. We're gonna be so nervous. Unbeknownst to us, you know the ripcord. When time in
Mhm.
or not, now the thing's stuck, we're not getting pulled.
Ooh, that would be
And
rough.
do you know that I had a good friend. He told me, bro, people that stutter. I go, oh, no, tell me. He goes, can jump parachute. I go, why? He said, but you gotta be careful. And I thought about it. I said, well, at the time it was fun. I said, but bro, that's not nice. I tell you what, it only you look at the population of parachutists. How many parachutists do you think there is in Hawaii right now?
There's a bunch.
No, but what, a couple
Oh,
thousand?
I don't need that many, but
Yeah.
there's probably a few hundred, I would guess.
People like me would like to watch them. I'm perfectly fine standing on the hard ground and looking up and watching them do their thing, you know. But there's always one for some reason or another. They start doing that circling maneuver. Next thing you know, it starts getting faster and faster, and I think get lower and lower. And then there's get a lot of experts on the ground. Goes, hey, he should pull up already. He should put too late. Boom, hit the ground. Yeah,
Splat. Look at
yeah.
Koniski. Look at Koniski. He said weight limit, guys. You
Huh?
see him? Weight limit. We talking about the when I because I said I wanted you and me to go jump parachute. He said we can get on weight limit. And then that knows enough. That knows enough. Look what else he put. Those doors are small, no fit. Hey Koniski, when you come Hawaii for Uncle Charlie's post COVID concert, free concert, the three of us go jump out of that plane.
Hey,
I don't think the
no,
plane can take off. I don't think it can even get off the ground.
no, can. But here's the problem. We're gonna be on one side of the plane. When the plane take off, only going in circles.
Yeah.
We gotta balance them
You
out.
know, one year we was in Honolulu, and I always wanted to bungee jump. And the 50th State Fair had on bungee jump. and it was just an arch. It was an arch. It was
Yeah.
200 feet high, and you go up in a little elevator, and then you jump off. But when I got there, look, Saleh is saying we need one DC-10 to drop us off. So when I went up, um, there were bleachers. There were bleachers along, those metal bleachers from the football fields. They had bleachers around this, and never have on balloon, never have on net. Was just the parking lot of the Aloha Stadium. And I'm thinking, what? Why? People not there to watch people jump off and spring. No, they're waiting for the unlucky one.
Yeah.
They're waiting because they like watch the blap.
Yeah.
I really thought I was going to hit the asphalt because you come down pretty fast, and I was like, that thing is coming up quicker than I thought. And but it was fun. It was super fun, super 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 fun. And I didn't go splat. I yelled all the way down. I thought it was good fun. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. But what my point was that all these people are sitting waiting for somebody to go splat. That's it. Because it's boring just to watch somebody jump off over and over. They're just waiting for the unlucky one, which is
You
kind
know
of
who
more.
I admire the most? I admire those who make it their life stream. It's on their bucket list to go to every amusement park in the world and ride the most scariest amusement ride at least once and then start the cycle all over again.
Mm.
And my question is, do they save up a life's earnings to do that? Because you gotta fork out some bucks to go
Wow.
travel across the entire US and to all
Hmm.
parts of the world because there is something there is always one more amusement ride better than the last one that just came out. And it might be
Hmm.
way in like Dubai or something like that. And you gotta fly way over there. It's crazy, but I admire those people. I admire those people.
Not to mention the cost to get into the park, the cost to ride the ride, the cost,
Yeah.
for all the extra BVDs you gotta buy after you mess yourself in that ride. It costs money. Rana had asked me if I had kukai in my pants when I jump off the bungee. No, I did not, Ro. I did not. It was fun. It was fun, and I'd do it again.
Hmm.
We went a couple times. I went to Vegas. They had them, but it was closed down because it was either too windy or it was maintenance. But I will do it again, and I will definitely do it live. I'll do a Facebook live the next time. I don't
The
even
only
think we
one
had
I will
Facebook.
not do is the bungee, the one they put the cuff around your ankles
Hmm.
and you dive off and it's just by your ankles.
That's the one I had.
Yeah,
That's. I mean,
I actually seen people slip through.
they die.
Yeah,
Yeah, they die. But that's part of the fun, right? I mean, it's if it was 100% safe, then what's the fun? What's the adventure? There is no adventure. It's like walking around the block. It's, yeah, But if there's you got to have that element of risk. You don't want it to be too risky. You want it to be relatively safe.
exactly.
So yeah, definitely don't want to do that, man. Hey,
But hey,
Wednesday we get Ikaika Anderson coming on the show, guys. I know we're wrapping up, getting towards the end of the hour. Go to Australia and Bungee. I'd love to. I'd love to. I can hardly afford the gas price is almost $5 a gallon. I can almost even afford to go to Lihui anymore, much less Australia. I'd love to go to Australia. Just, I mean, to bungee and a lot of other things.
you seen some of their kangaroos that looks like they're on steroids? You seen that in Australia?
No, no.
Try go on YouTube. It's the red kangaroo, and
Oh,
the thing
muscles.
stands. Yeah, it stands. It's still, but it stands over 7 feet tall, and the symmetry is all defined, muscular. Look like it's on steroids,
Mm.
and the thing just is not afraid of humans at all.
They can scrap too. They can
Yeah,
beef. They're boxers. Those things are dangerous. Yeah, stay away
you
from
seen the
those.
one on YouTube where It got a hold of the guy's dog, and the guy was
No,
yelling at him for letting him go. It's on YouTube. He ran up there,
no.
boom, he punched him in the face. The thing just stand there looking in. Enough time for the dog run away. But just imagine if the thing came chase the guy and scrap with the guy. What kills you? They hold you with the top two, what is that, paws, claws, and they balance on their tail and they kick you with the lower two legs. And it's like pointed at the hoofs. And they keep on stabbing you.
Oh, yeah, man. I thought kangaroos were cute, and I just got a whole different perspective of a kangaroo now.
No, remind me of some of my friends from down Vineyard Street, Kali. That's how they fight. They kick you with sharp shoes.
Yeah. Anyway, Wednesday, Kaka Anderson will be on. We're gonna be talking story with him, sharing what's going on in his life, and he just announced a run for lieutenant governor. So we're gonna have him on Wednesday. Halloween around the corner, guys. Halloween is coming around the corner. Uh, Guys, we can do this. We can be safe. Just for you that get kids or grandkids or great grandkids, just make sure they're safe. Just overall, pre-COVID safe. Bright stuff. Don't have them for flashlights. Make sure you guys check all the candies. We got fentanyl floating around this place now, and
Oh,
we do not want to see our kids get sick with that kind of nonsense. So, you as parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, whoever, guardians, make sure you inspect all of these things before they get to eat them, and make sure they're safe when they're walking around. The neighborhood. If you can find an organized event, or if you can hooey up with some family members and do it that way, that's the ideal way. But we don't like take away everything from our kids. So just be safe. Just be safe. Just be safe.
with the recent cases of fentanyl overdose,
Hmm.
thanks to the quick reaction of Kauai Police Department and the issuance of Narcan, okay, in each patrol vehicle, what I would love to see is that citizens, whether you have the need to use it or not, to get one and just have it close by, because you'll never know when you'd be that important person to save a life, because that thing has proven itself, has proven its worth. Okay, the Narcan, it will wake those who OD, it will wake them up for sure. Now there had been 5 fatalities from understand. So I don't know if they were out, and the rescuers didn't get to them in time. But for those who were rescued in time, that was the game changer right there.
Yeah,
And it's something that you can just keep in your glove compartment. So be
yeah.
worthwhile.
They're
Yeah,
they're
having.
pushing to have that become over the counter. Right now, you got to get a script. But I believe you can get them from uh, some of the nonprofits out there that are authorized to issue, train you. So just share. Maybe I tell you what, we'll go try find someone, Charlie, for next week. Come on the show and to talk about the fentanyl,
Hmm.
what's going on. I think that'd be a great topic. Just to keep everybody aware of what's going on.
I
The
also
other
like.
thing is, oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to the many sponsors today over at the
Oh,
beautiful
oh,
Kikaha Neighborhood Center. They had a great pumpkin giveaway, and there were a ton load of sponsors: Corteva, Hartong, uh, White Food Bank, people like KIUC, uh, Pepsi. Who else? Stephanie, who else? Oh, Kamehameha Schools, Queen Lily Okalani Trust, just to name, Koi Shrimp, just to name a few. But it was a great turnout, and not only was it done in over at Kikaha today, but there was enough that we gave our good friend Hanale Shore from the North Shore. We loaded up his trailer, as well with 225 pumpkins, and then took to the North Shore to pass out. Then we gave Kamehameha schools close to 300 pumpkins to take it to Dr. Capono's vaccine event he had in Anahola and the Hawaiian schools, and they were able to give out pumpkins there as well. So we'd like to say mahalo for really putting a smile on a child's face today. Uh,
And
I,
he told about Erdman at the park.
oh,
All the kids at the game.
firefighter, I don't know his first name, but Erdman. You know who I'm talking about there, Mel? He's a crash
Mm,
fire. He's a crash
yeah,
fire.
no, I don't.
Okay, anyway, he's a fisherman as well. He came by and he asked Stephanie, the wife asked Stephanie, could I take an extra one? Because one of the parents, they had to take the kids, they played today, the game down in Hanapepe Stadium. And they said, what? The kid, yeah, they got to go early, right, to get ready. And that's why they couldn't come to Kika.
Mm.
So what the fine people at Kika did today is load up about how many?
100 bags.
100 bags filled with candy, goodies, and pumpkins, and had them take it down there to pass them out to the kids.
Oh, that's cool.
So when we do an event like this, or when I should say when they do an event like this, it's for all over. It's not only for the West Side; it's for everybody.
And Dr. Julius passed out Patty Kawakami's masks.
And and we had free mask giveaway. A good friend of ours, yours and I, Miss Patty Kawakami, she sews those wonderful masks. They were given out as well. So thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you very, very much.
Awesome, awesome. That's what it's going to take. People, the community coming together, and our kids have lost so much through COVID the
Yeah.
last year and a half. Starting to see them back at playing sports with their parents being able to watch, but they lost a lot, and it's these events like these that can really make them feel better. My last announcement, guys. Yeah, I get a lot of calls, and I'm sure Charlie does too. Legal questions. Uh, what are my rights and so forth. Anyway, on November 3rd, I'm going to be, and it's going to be on our show on Wednesday night. It's going to be a will and estate planning workshop for those. I know a lot of people ask me, Mel, a good lawyer. We don't have a will. I don't about any. We know anything about a trust. So anyway, Ward Jones, who's a partner with Brevard and Jones, right there in Honolulu, downtown, was nice enough to offer to come on our show on November 3rd, and he's going to do a will and estate planning workshop for our viewers. Please share this with everybody you know. I will be, posting this up frequently. It will be live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on uh, LinkedIn, just like our regular shows. But it's going to be very informative. Ward is a personal friend of mine, and he has agreed to share with us. It'll be about 35, 40 minutes, and then we'll have a Q&A at the end, and he will be able to answer any questions that you have completely free, sir, people. So take advantage. November 3rd, right here on Facebook Live with Mel and Charlie. All right. Charlie, anything else before we wrap it up, my friend?
Well, two things. Thank you very much for that PSA. I encourage everyone to join in, and let me share the reason why. Right now, as an owner of a vehicle, all of us out there, you're required to have insurance. I know you hem and haw, and I know you're a good driver, but you'll never know when that one day something will happen, and you just want to be protected. Okay. I said that for years. My wife and I paid $89 for this additional rider to this medical plan that we had, and leading up to 2012, I just said, not for it. Why we paying for this thing? And she was the one that talked me out of it. She said, just leave it alone. It's $89. I go, okay, whatever. Unbeknownst to me, I'll be medevac, hospitalized, and undergo the knife and have open heart surgery. I can tell you that surgery, with all the expenses that mounted, came almost up to almost a $500,000. Now, when you have that plan, I will never say anything about it again because that plan allowed me to pay the co-payment of less than $100. You think about it. You do the math. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is if you can afford something that will give you a benefit in case of crisis, go for it. Go for it. Because many have suffered and went into debt because they were not prepared. Okay, they were not prepared. I would like to also say thank you to all of the well wishers out there, family and friends who sent good vibes my way while I was out. Thank you so much. It was an experience. I laugh now, but I can tell you one thing: it wasn't funny at the time. It was a little bit scary because I never experienced it that way, and it's because the first two shots I didn't experience anything, so I thought it was going to be the same thing. But like I said, I did it because I love all of you, and I may come up to you one day, but I want to make sure that I'm safe so you can stay safe. And to all of our viewers out there, thank you for watching us tonight. It was a different tempo. We was kind of laughing throughout the show, but you know what? I know many of you feel the day-to-day grind of COVID, and it gets sickening and tired. And I'm glad that we were able to put a little laughter, and I hope you laughed along with us or at us, either way. But I am very, very honored that you allow us to come into your homes when there's other things you can be doing and get to listen to us. But just know that we love you and we will always give you the most up to date and best information possible because that's all we can do. That's all we can do. And if it's not right for you, let it go and you just wait for the next one we bring on. That's how it works. So until the next time, love you all. Brother Mel, take us home, brother. Take us home.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you to the village for apologize for last night. I had a meeting that went longer than I expected, so we just moved it over to tonight. I know it caused some inconvenience. A lot of people watching the UH game. There's a minute 50 left. 34-17. Nevada is ahead. So they're going to win that one. So I understand a lot of people busy Saturday nights. So for those of you that were able to join us tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be back on Monday. Again, keep everybody safe. Keep your loved ones safe. Do what you can to protect them and protect yourselves. We will get through this. We know we will. If we stand united, stand together. So with that, you folks, you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. We will see you guys on Monday night. Love you all. Take care. God bless. Aloha.